Hi. Ooh. Good afternoon. It's 1:19. My husband's in the background waking up. So you'll probably hear the alarm, and I apologize if that gives you anxiety, but it's his wake up time. And yeah. So I have three copies of the Stratus Stop. One is sent out. I am so stinking excited. I do have one extra small person, and then one 4X person testing, and then one kind of in the center. But oh, did I forget to download? No. But anyways, I did call for two in each size range, but like I'm probably also I'm noticing I think body measurements aren't people's fortes, which is fine because I think that puts me one notch ahead. I think this is all coming from my sewing background. Let me turn down Discord, it's distracting me. Anyways, I think my asking people to measure their bodies is a deterrent, which is kind of a good thing, but also not a great thing because I had one person say that they bit off a little bit more than they can chew, which makes me sad that I have one less person interested in pattern testing. But it's also like, hey, it's smart. I don't know how to word it, but I think asking for certain measurements is a little bit hard. Some people will forget because that's what happened with my last one. My last one really didn't need body measurements. Like, I could have just did extra small to 4X, but also going back to the body measurement thing, I don't think many people know exactly how to measure themselves. So they'll like, a lot of people have done the armhole depth completely around. So I've gotten a couple people have like really off the charts armhole depth, and I think most people's armhole depths are like in a similar size range, not similar, but like so let me say let me just pull up the measurement. So my armhole depth goes from 6.5 inches all the way out to 10 inches, and I've seen people say like 15, 16. And that's not for this pattern. For my last pattern, people have said that. So I've had to go in and be like, hey, so how exactly did you measure it? And that's why now in this copy, in this pattern, I have a picture of myself without like cut this off, but like of lines on how to measure yourself. So I think if or whenever the pattern testers get their copy, because I'm keeping that part in there for the pattern testers, they'll be like, oh, I measured myself wrong. I'm like, okay, well, let me know what your new measurements are, and then we'll get that fixed, and then I'll give you a new size pattern, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I also have a lot of variance with the shoulder circumference, which I knew was going to happen because the way that people's weight sits near their bicep side, like area, varies a lot, and I know I'm going to have to adjust that. So that's why I'm waiting for everybody. Like everybody, I've asked them for their shoulder sizes, and with that, I think what I'm going to end up doing is like taking the average of all the pattern testers because I'm hoping. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sizes. If I can get 16 people to test this, which I know is a lot, but if I can get at least 8 people to test this, I can take the average size and ask them where their circumferences are and get a better update on that because maybe I feel like people are like doing like around here, which isn't what I asked. It's fine, but like that's not quite what I asked. And that's another reason why I'm asking and I'm putting that photo in there for future reference for people who are getting into this. I will double check and ask whenever we get to that part. So everybody's getting the bodice piece right now. I have asked the one person I sent the email out to, I have asked her to let me know what the foundation single crochet looks like on their body, comparing the photo to what they have, and see how it sits on their body. That way we can get like adjustments done if we need to and all that jazz. But I'm so excited. My husband's waking up, so I'm going to go real quick. So I'm watching a little bit of YouTube and working on this before I have to get ready for work. I don't work until 5:45. I'll probably be there until midnight, knowing me. But like, I'm watching Madame Absinthe, and I am so inspired by her. She is a fashion designer, a goth fashion designer. She does a lot of like drag show fashion, but she's also going to a festival, Dark Force Fest. I thought it was a Star Wars thing, my bad. Not a Star Wars thing. It was a music festival. And one day I would love to make it out to a music festival, but I have social anxiety. Ugh. I do have a friend on TikTok who has reached out to me and told me that she's willing to go to shows with me and like hold my hand basically. And I told her, hey, as long as you're okay with me bringing my crochet, because I'm going to sit in the corner and do this the whole entire time and shake if I don't. She's so inspiring. I would love to be a fashion designer like her. She does mostly sewing. I think she does all sewing. I do crochet. With our forces combined, oh, it would be so cool. She does come down to Universal pretty often. I hope one day to meet her because that would be super dope. I think she recently came down to Universal. I don't know when, but there is a large goth community down here. So like it makes sense for people from Canada to come down here. I understand there's a lot of Canadians that don't want to come down here, and I get it. I get the whole entire boycotting the United States. I understand. Since I'm here, let me show you how far I've gotten. I'm still working on the foundation single crochet for this. I am going to make another one for the zine, but it's only going to be like 2 motifs. I also need to redo the straps, shoulder straps for the zine and for the pattern testing. I did let the pattern tester, the one email I sent out, I think I already told you guys, but I already forgot. That was more than 10 minutes ago. But I did tell her that those photos are missing. So let me know if you need me to add those photos in, because I understand that people need those visuals. I just forgot to put them in there. So my bad. We have 2 bodice pieces, 1 and 2. And then we have 1 lace piece. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let me show you. So if I were to be like a proper designer, I would probably call this one toxic waste or the toxicity or something. So I kind of want to do like a line drop. I want to kind of name them after music I listen to. If you don't know, Toxicity is from System of a Down. They are an inspiring music group. I guess they kind of fall under nu metal. I don't really know what genre they fall under. I'm really bad at genres. I never like label things because a lot of genres they kind of blend. I recently followed Dr. Goth. He's a music historian specifically for the goth scene. He recently popped up and I'm like, interesting stuff. I am really interested in music. Obviously, it's my special interest, and I think it'd be really nice. The black version of it, the one that's being, well, I mean, it's all being pattern tested, but the last one I made, actually still sitting right over here. Let me show you guys again, just in case this is the first vlog you're watching of mine. Here's the back, and here is the front. Very heavy because this is all bamboo. This I would call Nocturnal Serenade. It's a Yohio song. Yokio? I think it's Yohio. Am I wrong about that? I might be wrong about that. I think that it might be another artist. Either way, I would call this one Nocturnal Serenade. This one I'm probably going to put on the back burner for a while because it is expensive yarn. It would have to cost more. By the way, if you guys did watch my last vlog, I did go ask my coworker, my friend, if she'd be willing to pay for the yarn for me to make her a copy. I wouldn't charge her for the labor or anything. I would only charge her for the yarn, which would come out to be about $40 because I would use bamboo yarn for it. And unfortunately, she is unable to pay that money, which is fine. Like, it was a nice gesture for both of us. One, me getting my design out there and letting people know that, or having her advertise it. That's basically what people do. That's what the makeup companies do. They send their makeup out to these big, huge influencers and for free and tell them, hey, here's the talking points, maybe, or please use this makeup. Basically, that's influencer shenanigans. I'm not involved in any of it because nobody trusts me enough. I am not a clean slate enough for anybody, and I'm also not big enough. I mean, on TikTok, I have like 5K plus, but like, yeah, what's that gonna do? Anyways, unfortunately, she was unable to pay that, so it's fine. I understand we're all in a financial deficit right now. Her birthday just recently happened, so she definitely is like building her funds back. I get it. But I do plan on maybe doing commissions I don't think that's quite what I want to do, just because like commissions kind of scare me. And for commissions, I feel like what I'd need to do is like make a down payment for the yarn and then give them like a month or something to get the rest of the payment. I think I would commission it at $120, but like the down payment would be part of the commission. So like $30 for the yarn. Although this yarn, I would no, this one's bamboo. The cotton fair yarn, bamboo fair. So this was $4.99 a skein. Yeah, $4.99 a skein. Two of these made one bodice piece for me, and I made an extra large or extra large bodice piece. I know people who have bigger, bustier sizes will need to use more yarn. So I between like 3 and 6 yards or skeins is what people will need. And I probably should like learn how to do that in the future. I know that's something that's missing in my patterns, is that I don't tell people how much yarn you need. I just kind of expect people to have the yarn on hand or to go out and purchase it if needed. I don't know. I need to get better about that. I need to get like a tiny scale or something so that it could like measure out my own personal measurements. But the issue is also that I mix yarn so much. So either way, I would probably do the toxic waste one first, or just because it's a little bit of bamboo and a little bit of cotton. And I don't know, I like those colors a lot. So it's not, I mean, it looks like toxic waste. I would call it toxicity after the System of a Down song. The original one, I don't have a song in mind yet, but I maybe I'll find one later. But I don't think that I'd want to make that part of the line because I want more like alternative colors. That one was just like an upcycle of a shirt that I never wear that I made back in 2022, and it was just so bad. Like if you watched that that episode, is it an episode, that blog? I think that was like months ago where I took it apart and it was so bad. Like there were holes everywhere, and like I tied it, and it just not worth keeping and trying to repair, especially since I am the crocheter. I could probably make another one, but I also don't know what I did to make the original one because I just kind of like placed bobble stitches everywhere and just hope for the best. And like I need more structure to a pattern. So anyways, I would probably do Toxicity and Nocturnal Serenade as two separate lines, one each in every colorway. And if you wanted to do like a custom order or whatever, I would probably, like I said, charge 30 for the yarn, if it's all bamboo, for the Nocturnal Serenade, or maybe keep it at 30 for the original, just for down payment, you know. Labor is going to take a lot. It did take me only one day to make one of the panels, but I also am very privileged to have the time off to do stuff like that and have the brain strength to do it. I am very lucky to have a husband who's willing to allow me to do my creative art on the side and only work part-time job, because like he saw me struggle when I was doing management and all that, and he doesn't want that to happen again, because next time it happens I'm probably out for the count, probably not going to be on earth anymore. But yeah, anyways, let me get back to doing this, at least get one motif done, and then I'll probably start getting ready for work at 3:15. That way I can leave at 4:15. So I have another hour and a half. It's very dark because it's very rainy outside. My eyes are glazed over because I'm looking at this with no light. My PC is what's my ring light for today. And anyways, I've gotten 2 motifs done. I was almost done with a third one. Then I realized I messed up all the way down here on row 2. So I got to go back, fix that. I'm not going to be able to finish this before 3:30. Maybe about an hour took me to do these 2. Yeah, I'm not going to finish it. Okay. But that's okay. Like I have all of tonight. Well, I probably won't get home until like midnight 20 or something. And then tomorrow I don't work till 6 p.m. So I'll be able to finish this and then probably start on doing the video for this lace using the silver yarn or the gray yarn, whatever. and then be able to do that for the free copy, the zine and all that, get back into all that, at least get started on one sleeve or strap. And yeah, okay, I gotta use the bathroom. It is thundering outside, and little mister is so scared. He's shaking so much. Are you scared, buddy? Oh, he's so scared. And I feel bad because I gotta start getting ready for work in 10 minutes, but he won't stop shaking. It's the worst part about the rainy season is that he has really bad anxiety, and people have like suggested using one of those like anxiety like vests, and like I squeeze him and I hold on to him, so I can't finish my project right now, but like I hold on to him when it's raining like this. He's scared of the rain too, but like I think the anxiety vests are kind of gimmicky. He like he tries to run away from the sound. So he'll like run into the bathroom or run into the bedroom, or even like he'll follow me around the whole entire house. But I don't think the anxiety vests are what we need for him. We kind of do like a sound deprivation thing, like especially with 4th of July, we turn on all the sound in the house. So like we constantly have the TV running when we're not home. And one thing that we do is we turn on music, because like the dogs have anxiety, him especially, he's more noticeable about it. Tika's pacing around. She's somewhere in the room. She's probably underneath my chair or something, but he absolutely freaks out. And the lightning's getting closer and closer. It will pass, but little buddy doesn't know. For him, it's like a whole day. He got stinky dog breath. I love summer. I love rainy season. I love the end of spring in Florida. He, however, does not. And unfortunately, I don't believe we're going to move out of the state anytime soon. So his whole life of summer might just be anxiety. My poor baby. Good afternoon now. It's noon 20. It is Sunday, and my neighbors are mowing the yard. They just cut it off. So thank you, neighbors. Fun story. I learned the terminology for puff and what was the other one? Puff and bobble stitch wrong. So I got the two confused. And the only reason why I found out was because I was scrolling through Insta because I wanted to listen to music. So I'm learning the values of Instagram is like you can listen to music while scrolling and you don't have to actually like listen to the music that are on Instagram Reels. And I think that's valuable. I might start posting on Insta again for my normal account, just pictures, because like I don't know, I kind of miss it, but not in the sense that I miss making content. Because like honestly, at this point, I don't know if I love making content, short form content anymore. Every time I make it, I just get sad, and like I look at the numbers and I really hate that I do that. It's not good for my mental health. I deserve better than that, than to focus on like stuff like that when I'm not trying to become a content creator at this point. I'm just trying to become a fashion designer. So anyways, I was scrolling through there, saw a post that was teaching people the difference between puff and bobble stitch, and that's how I learned. I learned that terminology backwards. Give me a second. My dog is yelling at the neighbors. As I was saying, I had to go and correct that, which lucky for me, I didn't have much to correct. I only had one row of front post bobble stitch on there. I sent 3 emails letting people know that I made their copy prior to learning that I learned the terminology wrong. So I let them know, hey, this should be this, and I'll finish it in the hard copy. And the very first person I sent the copy to, I haven't messaged her yet. I am waiting on more people to respond. 1, for a pattern testing call. 2, to respond if they want to be part of the Instagram group. Because my friend Erie Knotts taught me that having little groups for your Instagram or for your testing group is very beneficial. 1, it gets people to actually socialize with each other, because like there's a lot of people that don't know other crochet artists, so it's really good. And 2, it helps people like bounce ideas off of each other, like color ideas or like just ideas in general. It gets people to know each other. It forms a little community, and as somebody that's not very social, they can talk to each other. So that's pretty good. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on. So I have 5 for sure testers right now, waiting on one of them to give me their email address, waiting on one of them to get yarn because she's doing her finals right now, so she can't really do it right now. And I told her whatever, like, try to get it done by the end of the month, like the last week of the month, so that we can all move on to the lace together. And she says she's going to try her hardest, but I'm not going to be mad at her if she can't, because like life happens. Finals are more important than pattern testing. I absolutely get it. And then we have the 3 testers that I just sent their email today. One of them I sent to the wrong email address because I made a little typo, but we'll see how that goes. So I'm excited about that. Oh, also, I'm very lucky that they were all plus sized women for the most part. I have one that's not plus size testing. I do need them to comment to me or let me know how things go with their little measurements here to here when they do the foundation single crochet. I did let them know, hey, don't move on past that until you let me know how it looks. That way we can adjust in real time, because they hold on, the person I sent the email to just told me that she didn't receive it, so I gotta go check that. Some of them were out of my charts, so I would really, really love that, because I think what I need to do is figure out a new like measurement thing for the full bust size. Nape to waist, nape on the back to waist, I got a pretty wild range on that too. And I'm thinking it's not just because of the full bust size. I think that might be confusing to people, because like you can kind of measure nape to waist from the front. It's sternum. I remember it's sternum to waist, but I don't think there's a standardized measurement for that. So nape to waist was my measurement for that. I should have put in the email that they should stop before the last 3 finishing rows, but we'll get to that when we do. I just want to make sure. And then, yeah. So I have 5 pattern testers. I still need 11 more. 4 of them are in the 3X, 4X range, which is great, but I need people more in the lower end range now, just so like I have an even amount. And I don't want to write it in my pattern testing or like my official pattern release, but if I have to, I will put it in my official pattern release that those patterns or those sizes weren't tested. And if they would like to test, then I'll give them a free copy in their size range. So I don't work till 6 p.m. Also, by the way, I am still in process of making this one, but I think I don't have enough yarn. I have this much yarn left, and I still have to make the shoulder piece. I have enough for the shoulder piece. I think I'll be fine here. I don't think I'll be fine with the shell stitches going up. I do have all of these little stars over here. There's 8 of these. Oh, I have so much yarn back here. Please forgive me. But I have all those stars. So I am willing to take it apart because I am still on a no-buy. And that will include this test because this wasn't originally part of it. Although I do need to re-record re-photo the assembly part because I did not do enough photos for that in general. I definitely have enough here for it, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll have enough for assembling to this because I like to do the green to green or green to purple when I'm attaching the lace. For the straps, I'm okay with using the purple to attach the straps, but we'll have to like figure that out. I don't know, man, and I'm stressed. I shouldn't be as stressed as I am, but I am. And I think I might have, I do have, okay, this is a different lime green. This one is from Loops and Threads, and it's slightly different of a color than this green is. Just so slightly that I notice it. You can kind of see it in the camera too. But they're very slightly different colors. So if worst comes to worst, I'll just use this one. I don't want to, but I will. So, all right, I'm going to keep on working, chucking away at this, and then I will probably get around to doing the last few photos. And then after that, I will be done with working my own pattern. And then, yeah, we will be officially in the pattern testing phase. I mean, we are, but like also we will be officially in the socializing phase. So I don't know how much I will be recording here. I'll probably do a couple of like, I don't know, behind the scenes videos because I'll probably be completely wiped out like socially. I have been being put upstairs quite a bit, so I've been talking a lot, which sometimes helps me, but also burns me out. Today's Mother's Day. Luckily, I wasn't in the section that gets super busy because of Mother's Day. It was busy in general at work. However, I did not have to work the jewelry area. And man, am I lucky for that. All right. Work, 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 work. I'm at the very, very end of this. Just this little strip to go. And there's a little tiny knot in it. Lion Brand, how could you? How could you? I'm almost done with this yarn. I think I can do beat yarn chicken. I believe I might even have enough. I hope I have enough to do like the what lace piece. Oh, it's gonna be tough if I don't. Oh wait, no, I already figured out a solution for that. Just kidding. But okay, I'm gonna finish this. This is all going to be done. I have to start getting ready for work at 3:30. It is 2:49. I have faith in us. We got this. We got this. Who beat yarn chicken? I beat yarn chicken. Woo! So I have this much yarn left. Ooh, I have so much more yarn than I thought. Hello. And that is definitely enough to do like around the shoulders. Ah, bless. I am so lucky. So I'm gonna wrap this up real quick so that it's not a mess anymore. I think that I want, well, first of all, I have to sew these onto the pieces together, everything. By the way, much lighter. Oh, I already put the other shirt away. Much lighter because this is cotton. Well, there's still some bamboo on it, but much lighter than the piece that's sitting back there. You can kind of see it. And then the other bamboo piece that I made. So I will probably be purchasing more of the Premier yarn because one, it's cheaper. Two, it's lighter. I think that would be the best way to ship stuff out whenever I get around to it. Oh my god, I love these colors together. Oh, they're so cute. So toxic. Love the toxic waist. I'm going to show you guys again with what the lace will look like on top. God, that looks so good. Oh, oh. Anyways, I will most likely be purchasing more of the Premier yarn because it is really nice. Though I still want to buy some more of this bamboo so I can make it in this colorway because that will be really nice. I do think I want to make one more for myself because I really do like this. And honestly, I am my own best advertisement ad, whatever. And like, I hate, I'm not really a businessy person. I've worked in businesses. My parents used to have a small business growing up. And I've worked where I had to look at numbers. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of advertising. And the less I have to do to like post ads, the better. I hate like, okay, so I'm on music TikTok, right? And it really sucks. I watch a bunch of influencers or like musicians. I try to follow my favorite musicians, but unfortunately, I end up unfollowing a lot of them because they just post their song over and over and over. And it's the same clip over and over and over daily. And so I have to unfollow them. It really sucks. Unlike Twitter, I guess. I don't know. I never really got onto Twitter. I did Twitter for like maybe 2, 3 months because all my college friends had it and then realized it was not for me. And then I did Blue Sky for a little bit and it's still not for me. I am not a text based social media person. I was on Tumblr for quite a while and like Tumblr was fun, but I also was on a very niche side of Tumblr. I was on the drum corps, DCI, marching band side of Tumblr, and nowadays, I don't know. I might be able to get back into Tumblr, but not sure. What was I saying? Something about, oh, advertising. Yeah, I've never been into advertising because like it's just annoying to me, and if it's annoying to me, I know it's annoying to other people. So, yeah, my best way to advertise myself is just to wear my clothes and go out in public, which I do pretty often. Like, one of the reasons why I make clothes is so that I can go to the theme parks. And, like, I know I'm very lucky to be in the area that I am because I am able to wear something. And if it's embarrassing, I won't see the people ever again. There are a lot of locals that go to the theme parks the same days I do, but I go on Tuesdays and Wednesdays when I do. Very rarely I'll go on Sundays, and it's usually only during HHN. And at that point, it's at night and it's usually after work. So I'm not wearing something that's like, that could potentially be embarrassing. Like, I don't think any of my clothes nowadays are embarrassing. I remember when I was first getting back into fashion, post like, I don't know, 2020, when I was trying to find myself again. I had a couple of dresses in my inventory that I was like, I'll wear it because I have it. I would buy clothes so I would get out of it, which sucks because like what a waste of money. I think the last time I did it, it was to buy a Spirit jersey back in the day when they were only like $50. And I say only because nowadays they range from $79.99 to $99.99. And honestly, not worth it. By the way, made in China. So if you're into Spirit jerseys, good luck. If that's your collection, good luck. It's either not going to be on the shelves or you're just kind of SOL with your bank account. You're going to have to find a new hobby. So, anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, advertising. Yeah, I wear my clothes, and that's why I want to make another one because I do like having base outfits as well. And like it's made by my own hands. Why wouldn't I make more in different colors? I still want to do like a collection drop eventually. I'll probably gauge what people like. I'm going to start with the bamboo fair though, and then I will do it in colorways. At this point, I'm not planning on doing custom orders just because I'm scared of doing that and I'm not experienced enough to do custom orders. I think it would be wise for me to do it in the future. If I were to be approached by a musician, I would do a custom order for them just because I want to get my name out there and I want people to know I'm very involved in the music community, even though I'm really not. My way of involving myself is just sharing music, and I wish I had other methods to do so. It's just something that will happen in the future. But yeah, so all I gotta do, like I said, I gotta sew that together and then I gotta videotape all that. I think when I get new yarn, and I don't want to buy it until June, I will. It's hard because, like, I want to buy the yarn now so I can make a video for the bodice because I think I'm going to end up using that bodice piece as a base again in the future. It's super simple, super easy. And like the bodice piece is like the most important part. It's the most boring part, but it's the most important part. So in the future, we'll see. I know for sure I have all this yarn right here. I can for sure make at least do like 162 because plus 11. So the base foundation single crochet for the lace sleeves for one sleeve because it's two separate pieces is 28 plus 22 plus 11. And I don't know if that makes any sense. Sorry if it doesn't. I don't really know how to explain it. But basically, one motif is 28 stitches. And then you do 22 for the little bow in the front because there's going to be leftover yarn because it's 22. And then 11 is for the initial, like, single crochet or, like, chain stitches. I don't do chain. I do foundation single crochet because I don't like chain stitches. But 11 is to start the motif, but that one's like extraneous, if that makes sense. Anyways, I definitely have enough yarn to do like rephoto that because I have to do that. I'm going to do a video on how to do the lace, so that's another thing that's coming up. I might hold off on posting the bodice zine and whatever video until after I get more of this True Boo yarn. It's not True Boo, it's Loops and Threads. Who am I? But after I get more of this yarn, because I'm going to have to buy at least, I'm probably going to buy 2 skeins just in case, because I got real nervous with this. And I don't think this is quite enough. Well, I'll buy 1 more. I'll buy 2 more just in case the colorways are different. There, that's the solution. I'll buy 2 more, and then that's going to be in June, and then I'll make the bodice a zine and video, post that. Yeah, that's the plans. Sorry, I keep on like changing topics like 20 times. My brain is just right now because work soon, pattern testing, whatever, video. If you guys could see my, actually, I'll show you guys my, no, let me not do that because I have private emails. Let's not do that. I have 4 screens. I have 2 monitors, right? But 4 screens. So I have a screen for the whatever's keeping me busy, like listening wise. Right now I'm watching Chris the Girl. I'm saying goodbye to Universal. She's moving to Tennessee, by the way. So she's no longer local to me. And unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to be watching her anymore because one of the reasons why I watched her was because she was local. So maybe if I go back out to Dollywood, then I'll watch her videos again. But whatever, I'm still subscribed to her. So I have Chris the Girl playing right now. And then on another screen, I have all the emails and then a tester copy so I can edit that. And then also behind one of those tabs, I have Erie Knotz's Web in the Breeze crochet top because I do want to start on that. I think that would be really cute. And then after that, I have on the next screen the folder with all of the tester patterns with the name attached to it because I'm sending them separate sizes. And then I also have the hard copy, which I just edited because I just realized that the shell stitch right here, I didn't call it a shell stitch in the pattern, but I didn't really clarify, and I don't have a photo for it. I didn't really clarify like that it's 5 double crochet in 1 stitch. So I have to go in and edit that. I'm missing, oh, it's literally attached. And then behind that too, I have like the downloads list for when I'm like downloading it from Canva and then transferring it over to the folder that it belongs in. So yeah, I have a lot going on my PC. Brain is not quite overstimulated, but it's definitely not understimulated. So anyways, I have like 25 minutes before I'm going to get ready for work. So I'm going to hang out, watch the rest of this video, and then start getting ready to work. And I'll probably see y'all tomorrow. I will probably do like some behind the scenes of the stitching together assembly. And then, yippee! Look at Apollo right there. Look at him. I had a pretty rough start to the day today. And I told my husband about it because it was just a negative comment that affects me more deeply than it should. I deleted the comment, and I'm not even going to repeat the comment because that comment doesn't matter. And the less I think about it, the less it will affect me. So he got me some flowers from work. One of his coworkers made a little bouquet out of a to-go bag for me. So I think what I want to do, I'm going to preserve them, figure out how to like dry them out because like the red ones are really pretty. I do like the orangish ones too, but the red ones, ooh, that deep color red. Oh, love that. So I gotta figure out how to do that and then maybe make something out of it. That'd be so sweet. There's 3 of them in there, 1, 2, and then 3 is like all the way down in there. You can't really see it, but it's down there. So that was so sweet of him. I'm so lucky. Anyways, we're home. I did start on working on the spider web from Erie Knotz's pattern. So I use a 5mm hook. 5mm hook. It calls for a 5.5mm. I do have a smaller gauge when it comes to, or tension when it comes to crochet. So I might make it oversized. I don't know if I want to make it exactly the way that she made it, where it was like, how do you say? Where it's like just kind of like an overshirt, whatever. I might just make it into a cardigan type thing. I don't know. I really am obsessed with shrugs right now, so I might just make another shrug. So, all right. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow. It's really late. It's midnight 54, almost 1 a.m. So it's not sleepy time, but it's time to not think about work time. Good morning. I'm just going to keep on saying good morning. I don't know. Or say hello. it's 1:41, so it's definitely not morning. But I have been working on the, what does she call it? The web in the Whitby. I don't know what it's called. I just know what it looks like. Let's web in the breeze. Okay, so I've been working on that pattern all morning. And the one that I worked on yesterday, surprise, surprise, I did wrong because it's granny square and I'm terrible at granny squares. So somewhere in the middle down here, I messed up. You're supposed to start out with 8 single crochets in the magic ring, but I have 9. And I don't know, I'm messing up down there somehow, some way, somehow. So whatever, it's done. I have these blocking right now. And then I have another one, just one more blocking over there. I don't feel like picking it up because that's a lot of work. But because I have it all blocked, I'm just gonna keep on walking while I'm talking. But I'm blocking it right now. I need to make 1, 2, 3, 7 total. I think I might use this because I hate wasting yarn. I might use this. It's still wet because I tried to block it, and then that's when I realized this doesn't work out. Like on my last row, I was noticing it didn't work out, but I'm like, nah, it'll be fine when it blocks. Not fine when it blocks. So this one needs to dry. I don't know, because I want to get all 7 panels or squares done by the end of today before I start working on sewing this all up together, because I want to get this done. Hello. I want to get this done by tonight so I can wear it tomorrow. And so I can at least like get pictures on for the assembly part, because I am behind on that. Pretty far behind. By the way, it's been raining a lot. It's still raining right now. I guess it's not really sprinkling. It's a little bit more than sprinkling, but it was like raining hard earlier. So that's why the light's on, even though it's only 1:45 now. And yeah, I have a puddle of water, puddle of mud, but I have a puddle of water in my pots because let me just show you. I'll go out there real quick. I doubt y'all can hear the rain. Let me get you guys closer to the outside. Can you hear that? But here's my plants. There's a lot of water in there because the last 3 days it's been raining a lot. These 2 are sample A. They're doing much better. You can still see the leaves where I had to scratch the seed. I hate that. This one, that leaf is dying, so it's better than this one. I guess, well, I don't know. But they're getting plenty of water now, which is also terrifying because it's mosquito season. So these ones are doing well. Oh, hello, sir. You're in my way. And then these ones over here. So this little thing, this is for the lizards, because I do like the lizards that live here. They eat the bugs, which is really nice. This is one of sample A, or B rather. That's its saucer full of water, which is really nice. And then this one, I don't know if you can see the water in there. Yeah, you can't see it. Actually, this one doesn't have that much water. It's not catching all the water, so this one's probably going to need to be watered later. I did trim this one. You can see where I stuck it back in there. This one probably needs to be trimmed right there too. I don't know. I'm hoping that it grows up this way. And then the other 2 I stuck in the pot right here. I wanted to get it into this planter over here down at the bottom, but I just don't feel like going through this while everything is wet out here. And then I'm pretty sure that soil in there is very, very wet. And there's probably lots of frogs in there, which I don't hate frogs. I just don't want to disturb them. These guys, this one's kind of dry, actually. I might move them around. I don't know. This one's kind of dry, and this one's kind of dry. The leaves are wet, but either way, we've been getting tons of rain, so the grass is super green right now. Look at that. Very nice. That's my banana plant. I know I need to cut the pups. Well, there's no pup now. They're all pups, and like, I don't know. I bought this plant in 2020, and I kind of like didn't do anything with it. Like, I knew that you had to cut the pups as they grew in, but like I just didn't do it because I was lazy and I was like new to gardening. I hope that wasn't too loud for y'all, but I was new to gardening, so I just didn't go outside very much and take care of it. Plus I was like in a really, really bad situation with my job. I hated every second of it, and I don't want to go too much into detail about that. I think I've already told y'all I'm not at that job anymore, and I will never be in a job like that ever again because that was just too stressful on me mentally. But yeah, that banana tree, I did see a video pop up on my For You page, which was really nice about banana trees and why they're chopped down after each harvest. So maybe if I like cut one of the pups down, then it'll be fine. But I don't know. I think it's done for. I just haven't taken care of it, and it's in a corner of the yard that doesn't get very much water. It's gotten much more water lately, so maybe it'll be better. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna keep on continuing. Hello, we're gonna continue working on the Web and the Breeze top, at least until I finish all 7 squares, and then we'll move on to assembly because that is a different task. And I do need to go into the sewing room, the nice dark sewing room. I did start hanging my roses upside down in the sewing room, so it kind of looks cute. Hopefully they haven't fallen down because I just kind of thumbtacked the paper that they're in into the wall. But they are hanging upside down so that I can preserve them. Don't know what I want to do with them yet. It'd be really nice, like as a little headpiece, but I don't know. And once we go over there, we got to like lay down the bed sheet, which is clean now because I don't know if I told y'all, but I was working on the pattern or like taking photos for the pattern. And in the 5 minutes that I had the bed sheet laid on my desk right here, I had my energy drink on it and forgot that energy drink was on there, moved the bed sheet off, everything spilled onto it. And then it smelled really bad. So, all right, finish this up. That way we can move on to that. And then since we're over there, may as well just do some water bottle sling tutorial. Put that one out as soon as possible. And also, speaking of like just crochet in general, which is like basically this whole entire channel, we are planning on going to Universal tomorrow because like tomorrow, Tuesdays usually are our date nights, date days, whatever. It's just our day that we spend outside the house because my husband's like, so you don't go outside of the house very often. It's my job to bring you out, and you're just going to get cabin fever if you stay locked in all the time, which I really, really appreciate because honestly, I could just stay home and crochet all the time, but then I'd get really sad that I never left the house because I already get sad in general. But we plan on going to Universal tomorrow. We wanted to check out the new Super Nintendo store, and I think they had another like thing. Oh, a butterbeer cart area. I don't really care. I'm not trying to buy anything while out there because I'm still on a no spend freeze. And check that out. Go over to Islands of Adventure. Maybe ride Hagrid's because I have a plan for short form content. Because like I still do like making shorts or reel. I don't like making reels. I mean, I would make reels had it been for Mark Zuckerberg not sucking, but like, whatever. I have an idea for crochet, and I like the video title is going to be my favorite places to crochet in Universal. And I think the Hagrid's line is a good line to crochet in because it's usually a pretty long line. It's not like the worst lit. Like you have enough light in there to crochet in. So I don't remember where the locker system is. I don't even remember if there is a locker. I can't crochet. Okay, change of plans. We can't crochet in that line. So we'll have to figure something out. I just realized that the locker system is outside. I don't have any pockets unless my husband is okay with putting my yarn in his pockets, but I doubt it because his pockets, like, he doesn't wear cargo pants, but because he's male, he does have longer, bigger pockets than any woman does, which is really annoying. And this is a conspiracy theory of me, but I have a feeling one of the reasons why women's clothes don't have pockets is because it's to like help peddle the sales of bags and purses. Conspiracy theory, but also kind of tracks. So anyway, I do plan on doing that. I know for sure we want to go to Leaky because that is, so this is going to kind of like coincide with my HHN stuff because I do really love HHN. I happen to kind of be in the HHN creator community, but like nobody really interacts with me because I don't talk, and like I kind of intend on keeping it that way. But I'm definitely somebody that just sits there and like takes visuals instead of like doing the meme worthy, I guess, or the trending videos. I hate the trending. Like, no offense to the people that are into trending videos. It's just not for me because once I see it once, I'm like, ah, that's funny. And then I'm moving on from it. Maybe that's a boomer take of mine, but like, I'm not into the trendy videos. I'm not into trendy sounds. Like, especially in alt talk or goth talk, there's always like Rock Lobster, good song, but there was like a time period where all the goths were using Rock Lobster, and I'm like, yeah, it's a good song, but like there's just so much more music in the goth community. So like, what are we doing? Like, I get it. I understand, but I don't know. And let me not talk about that anymore because that's getting annoying. I'm just sounding like I'm complaining, which I am, but like, oh, so the yarn I'm planning on bringing. Hello, excuse me, sir. I'm planning on bringing a candy corn yarn. They said it was like this is a big twist yarn, and it's supposed to be like, what do they call it? It's literally on the label. Hello, sunrise ombre. So it's more of a summer yarn. I got lucky and found it in Lakeland before on my last trip, the very last trip to the Lakeland one. I think they are officially closed. This one looks more like candy corn to me. So I think it'd be really fun to bring it and make a beret out of it. I think that's the plan. And then, yeah, so I'm going to bring one skein of this. I'm going to do that line video. Oh, I never even finished my thought. Like, see, thanks for being here. If you're able to follow along where my thought process has been going, thanks. You probably are neurodiverse too, but thanks. So the thought process. So leaky cauldron. There's a specific corner that we like to sit in during HHN. We call it our deprivation zone because it's usually pretty quiet. Although I will say this past HHN, there's been some pretty disrespectful people, and like not in the sense that they're disrespectful towards us, but in the sense that like every year there's always content creators that come in and they bring the brightest freaking lights, and it's like, what are you trying to do? Like, I understand that you're a content creator, but this isn't the time and place. Like, I love HHN, I really really do, and I understand that the purpose of getting larger content creators out there is to get more eyes on HHN and bring in more guests. But some of these content creators, like, they were stopped by security, at least the ones that had the lights in the scare zone. But the one in Leaky Cauldron, like, they were making a video and they had a light shining bright in our eyes. And I was like, this the whole entire time. And the guy apologized, and I should have said, do you mind? But like, also, I don't want to be that guy. But one of the reasons why we sit in Leaky Cauldron during HHN is it's our deprivation area. It's quiet, it's AC, and there's food. So like, it's the perfect combo for all of us. My husband and I do it. Well, my best friend too. All three of us go there pretty often, though we have a new friend that we've tagged along. His girlfriend isn't into HHN, and we're trying to convince her. And she's like, no, I'll be so scared. And it's like, you're not even going to give it a try? But to be fair, she is more normie, and I'm not going to like make people. I don't know. I feel like it was a little bit weird when we hung out for the very first time, and I was like, I'm goth. So like, having her probably see a goth person IRL for the first time ever probably freaked her the fuck out. But anyways, so Leaky Cauldron is going to be one of the places we take a video in. I'm trying to figure out where else, because right now, oh, there's like a place in the Simpsons area. So there's the bar in the Simpsons area, and behind there, there's seating, and not many people know about that. It's pretty quiet. It's right on the lake. It's out of the way. The one negative I will say about it is that there's just, you can't see anything. One of the things that we do when we go and find places to like just chill out is so that we can like watch people walk, and like, we're people watchers. That's part of our thing. We just like watching and seeing me fashion to watching the characters, all that jazz. So that area is pretty nice if like we need a very good deprivation area. Like, and also it's not indoors, so we're not going to be disturbed as much. There is a bar right there, which is fine. A lot of people go to Simpsons. It's too bright in there for us. The Simpsons dining area. It's just way too bright in there for us, so we never go in there unless we're like really, really desperate. And then I'm trying to think of another place. Oh, the New York area. So New York? I don't the Central Park. I think I'm getting that confused, but the Central Park area, which is like really close to the Simpsons area, there's a like little area that's right off of the path of the so there's the scare zone that's always like kind of confined. Last year it was like the swamp scare zone, which I will say I expected so much more out of that scare zone. I think I wanted more lights. It was very wet in there and like I get it. I just expected more. I think it's the anticipation. It ended up being like lowest on my scare zone last year. So right next to that is the Central Park area. By the way, if you're new to HHN, there are places to go that you won't be scared at all. Like a lot of people have a misconception that you have to go through the scare zones. The sidewalks are scare zone free, and there are always alternate routes. I think one of the reasons why they took the Simpsons scare zone out is to accommodate those guests. A lot of guests do want to enjoy what's it called? HHN with their family because it is a food festival at the end of the day. They do want to enjoy HHN with their families, but they don't want to be scared. That's their scare free zones. It's on the sidewalks because the scare actors aren't allowed to go up there. If you're just walking by on the sidewalk, the scare actors won't interact with you. But if you stop on the edge of the sidewalk, they will come up to you and interact, but they won't try to scare you because obviously they're coming up to you, but they'll interact with you and get like some little, like if you have your phone out or your camera out, they will interact with you, some of them, because some of them do want to be on camera. But yeah, you can avoid being scared. It's super easy. What was I saying? Oh, Central Park. Good area to get deprivation. Very quiet. Well, I want to say quiet, but very, very out of the way. Most people don't know it's there at night for some reason. There's benches over there. It's a nice view of the lake because you're right on the lake, or lagoon rather. You can see across and see the New York scare zone, which is really nice, but you don't really see much because it's pretty far away. But you can see that scare zone. You can see the San Francisco scare zone. And then right behind you, you have the La Bamba scare zone because I don't know what that one's called. I forgot. So yeah, there's absolutely ways to avoid each and every scare zone. Just FYI. This is me trying to convince my friend's new girlfriend that she can do it. I know she's not watching this, but this is me saying that. All right. Okay. Stop blabbing. We got to finish these so I can start working on the assembly so I can have this top ready for tomorrow. And if I have enough yarn, I'm going to make a belt using the little stars right here. And then if I have enough of this yarn left, I will be making more stars in this colorway and then just connecting it because I think that would be really cute as a little extra. Okay, so I have this one and one more left, and I messed up on this one. I just had to frog 3 rows, 2 rows. I don't know. At this point, I'm just over it. I've messed up so many of these squares. I have to keep on frogging. I'm frustrated. So instead, we're going to do something more calming. We're going to sew things together. Not very calming, but more calming than that. So we'll go to the sewing room. Sorry, spiderweb or web in the breeze. You'll be done. Not this week. Well, you'll be done this week, but maybe I'll wear it on Wednesday. I don't know. I told my husband about me getting that one negative comment, and I asked him to keep my brain occupied. I think I'm good now. I'm over it. I frustratingly put out a video on my friends only about the comment, and then I deleted it like maybe 3 or 4 hours after because I just needed a vent. So I'm over the comment. I'm fine. I am not thinking about it as much, but I asked him to keep me busy, and he's like, oh, we'll be busy on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I think we might be doing something on Wednesday. Not entirely sure. I don't know. Probably playing Stardew Valley, honestly. But I still kind of want to dress up either Wednesday or Thursday just because I want to get that finished and prove to myself that I can actually follow instructions. I'm having such a rush. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard that, but I'm having such a rough time. This square, the first like row or second row you're supposed to do, I finally got it right to where it's like 8 instead of 9. So that's great. I'm so frustrated. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and block these two real quick. Look how scrangly look. After I do that, then I will be going into the sewing room. And then, okay, so I know I told y'all I was going to probably do the water bottle holder, water bottle sling tutorial. I do also need to do a tutorial for the lace. So maybe I'll do that. But also, that's not going to be due until like June 20th-ish. So, I mean, to be fair, neither of these are due. This is just a personal goal, so. All right, sewing room time.
Then the next thing is a little bit random because it's not crochet. It's actually sewing, and I also didn't design the sewing pattern, but I did design the fabric. So I did make the drawings for the fabric, and I ordered it on a site called Cotton Bee, so you can upload your own design and then they make a fabric for you. This is not sponsored. Please, Cotton Bee, if you ever see this, please sponsor me.
I need to take a break. I'm pretty hungry, and when I'm hungry, I can't focus on what I'm doing. This is how far we've gotten. Almost done. All we have to do is do the lace part, like just show how to mattress stitch the lace part on. I'm realizing most of the sewing that I did is to minimize how much sewing in the tails I have to do. I know it's a little bit of a waste of yarn, but I kind of like tail my piece, the little string that I mattress stitch with on. I tail it through all the lace, and I know that's a waste of yarn, but also that's saves me so much time. So I think I'm gonna in my pattern say for minimal sewing, do this, and then for maximum sewing, I guess you can just cut off at the end. But anyways, I'm gonna go eat some pizza rolls. I don't know if you heard my stomach, but it's pretty hungry, so it's pizza roll time.
Like startup sound, it reminds me of Shrek. Specifically Shrek 2, because that is the best Shrek. I will die on this hill. Shrek 2 is the best, far, far away, and I watched that movie all the time as a kid and a teenager.
Hey, I finished. I took a nap, but I finished. So all I have to do now is finish this. I have to sew that in because it came undone while I was sending them through the loops. But I can wear this tomorrow. I'm very excited. You know, very Joker of me, but also kind of looks like an eggplant. And I'm more okay with eggplants. So I'm very happy with how this came out. This was like the easiest sewing job I've ever done. I know for sure when I get to the pattern assembly writing part in here, I can firmly say, did I miss? No, I'm good. I can firmly say that you can do about 1/3 in because it fit just perfectly. Ah, this is probably the best, easiest sewing I ever did. I will say up here, it did come loose, but it was because I was messing with like the sleeves and like pulling apart. So I maybe I need to do something different with that. I don't know. I also feel like I did this backwards. At this point, I don't care. It is what it is. I like it. It still looks fine. You can still get the general shape of it. So just gotta sew this in, and then we're gonna probably play Stardew Valley with my husband. I have one more Web in the Breeze square to do. I did end up finishing one before taking my nap because I was like, I want to do something, but I don't want to do the sewing because my back hurts. So, all right. I'll see you guys tomorrow for when I get dressed up and go head towards Universal. Probably won't be filming there just because, well, I'll be doing my short stuff for that, but I probably won't do like long form content. I'm definitely still going to do like the shorts idea, but I'm probably not going to do like vlog stuff, whatever, because I don't know. It's just not for me. I'm too nervous and shy. Speaking of, one of my good friends from college just messaged me and he was asking me about my life, and I'm like, I'm kind of confined to my house right now because I've been really focusing on becoming a crochet fashion designer. But like I want to make friends. It's just not successful. IRL friends. It just hasn't been successful. Yay. Making friends as an adult is hard, especially IRL. So Oh, let me show you guys the little roses I hung upside down. There they are. You can see some of them already drying. I'm very excited for these ones to dry. I don't think I'm gonna end up making them into hair things because I think they'll be too delicate. But I saw that you could use silica gel, so maybe in the future I'll collect a whole bunch of silica gel and like dip them in there. I don't know if the results will change, but yeah, maybe use them for props or something. That'd be cute, right? Hi, it's Monday. Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Here, let me get a better ish angle for y'all. But this is my outfit for today. Woo, woo. I made everything except for my necklace, and I'm very proud of myself. This cute, this cute, this cute, this cute, this cute. So, yeah, I kind of have like a mystical vibe going for me. Okay, so there is a musical artist called Mecca, and I met her like the first time I ever met her was with my best friend Lucy. She introduced me to her. I wasn't really in the music scene at all at that point. I was still very active in trying to become a manager and do the normal business life thing. And she's super cool, and like this outfit kind of reminds me of her or something that she'd wear to a show or just in general. She's super, super interesting. I think her style is called operatic metal. Mecca from Mechanism. She does shows in Japan, which is like super, super neat too. So it's kind of inspired by her look, but also it just happened to look or remind me of her look more like, I don't know. But yeah, this is the outfit for today. We're gonna hope husband wakes up soon. I tried to wake up earlier, but he's still groggy. So as soon as he wakes up, we're gonna head out to Universal. IOA closes at 7 and UF closes at, well, okay, so I call it IOA and Universal, even though it's Universal Orlando, but either way, Universal Orlando closes at, what time do they close? 8. So we have to get going soon. We had planned on leaving at 12, definitely past 12. I could even wager to bet it's 1 something. I haven't looked at the clock. But yeah, time to get going. Let's skedaddle. Good morning. Still not morning. We're awake. We have a clean face, oily ass hair, and my PC resetted last night. So I'm going to have to go back and find all of the tabs I had pulled up so I can get one more pattern copy of the bodice to one more pattern tester. She just sent me her measurements last night, and I was already in bed when I saw the message, and we were playing Stardew Valley last night, so I didn't get to see it until last night. But I am still open to the idea of accepting people into the pattern test. It's just the fact that, like, I just don't feel like I have enough people pattern testing. I have 6. Let me pull it up because the PC reset last night, but I'm pretty sure I have 6, and 2 or 3 of them are in the same like measurement area, and I feel nervous. One person did come back to me. Did I tell y'all? But one person did come back to me telling me that they may have measured themselves wrong. They reduced their foundation single crochet for their bodice piece and said instead of 100, they'll do 80. Great. It worked out fine for them. And then I asked them to remeasure just in case it was my fault. And she remeasured and she's like, no, it was definitely my fault. But like the remeasurement that she did, I think it's also still my fault. So I have to wait for everybody else to respond back. Only one person has really been in communication with me, and I still need to open up that Instagram group, but oh god, it's all like a lot of work. I'm waiting until everybody until I feel comfortable with closing. I think at the end of Thursday night, if I don't get one more pattern tester or any new pattern testers, I might just close it off or just start the group that day because I just want everybody to be able to talk to each other and have one place for people to talk to me because having to so the thing is my Instagram is always opened up to my shop page. It's not really a shop page, it's just my crochet page, I guess, at this point. But it's always opened up to that. And my TikTok isn't. My TikTok sometimes is open up well, most times is opened up to my normal TikTok, my casual TikTok, if you must, the one that I wanted to become a content creator on. Actually, the one I wanted to become a content creator on was the one that I'm using for my shop page. But like, that doesn't matter. Like, at this point, I'm 30 years old. Why do I care? I'm 33. I'm even older. That's where we are right now. Let me pull up the crochet patterns. I have, oh, come on. How many people do I have testing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5, 6 people testing. So I gotta rewrite that one pattern or like make a copy for the last pattern tester who has submitted their measurements to me. I think I told y'all one person backed out. She responded back and saying that she just doesn't feel comfortable with measurements, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. I understand. Maybe I could ask her because, like, the thing is, there are going to be people that don't know how to measure their own body. So if that's the case, I could just ask her if she wants to do like a standard size. I might do that. Actually, I'm going to do that. And if that's the case, then I will get back to her. But all right, gotta make this one copy. Gotta respond to her and ask for her email address, and then talk to the other person and see if she's okay with standard sizing. Yeah. All right. Good morning. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did start on one more Cirrostratus top. I still feel like I should change the name because it's not very Cirrostratus-y of me to have it. I know the original was supposed to be like cloud based, and that's why I named it after a cloud. But like at this point, we are far away from a cloud. This is going to be mixed with this yarn because I wanted to see what it's like with bamboo as the base and cotton as the lace. Oh, that rhymes. I think these two colors go very well together. Oh, by the way, the top I wore yesterday, because it was raining and it's Florida, it was humid. That being said, it kind of like did its own blocking. So I do need to warn people that it will stretch out if you live in Florida. I will have to tell people don't wear it when it's raining. Maybe. I don't know. It's just I think it's the lace specifically. I didn't like sew the lace in all the way. I think what I have to do when I go to explain the attachment part is because this one, the last one I did, I only attached to where the strap went. And the other ones I attached to a little bit past where the strap went. I will have to say attach at your own will, if that makes sense. So how loose you want it, because the way I attached mine, I took one really long string and then I rang it through the whole entire thing. Some people might just want to attach it right at the like little area right here so that they don't have to worry about it. Whereas others might do the same as me and attach it all the way around. I like having that security because like sometimes if you pull hard enough, you can like tie it in, but that's a me thing. And I don't necessarily believe that's the best thing to do. If I can finish this up before the team gets into the assembly part, then I will do this one just at the strap area or whatever, like with the lace, of course, where all the lace attaches. That's what I mean to say. So, all right, we gotta. Oh, we don't have to. This is just to keep my hands busy. I'm waiting for my husband to wake up so we can play Stardew Valley, but I need something to do to keep me busy. I do also need to work on a little vest for my dog, Tika, over here. She scratched herself so hard she's bleeding. She's got a little gash on the side of her, like, back. And I feel so bad for her. She's always sick, and like, we learned that she has allergies, but we don't know what she's allergic to because it could be anything. We don't know if it's fish, popcorn. It might be fish, honestly. I don't think it's popcorn because I gave her popcorn last night and she didn't start the itching until before. So it could also be the backyard, but she didn't go in the backyard. It's been a little bit since she's been in the backyard, to be honest. I don't know. I feel so bad. Like, that's our baby. That's our fluffy little baby, and she's always sick and scratching and just not feeling too well. she's been a slew of problems since we got her. When we first got her, she was like tiny because we don't know if she was like a streets dog or if she was used for breeding. She looks like she was used for breeding, unfortunately. And she was super skinny because I don't know, not the people before us, but the people before them, I think underfed her because she was probably possibly being used as a breeding dog because she's a cute dog, like not the super cutest, but she's a cute dog. Like, okay, let me show you guys her. Tiki, you want to say hi? Look at that face. Look at that face. She looks like a little teddy bear, isn't that right? Little teddy bear Tika. She's a little teddy bear. So she was just, I think that's what the case was. And then she went to the adoption center out in Orlando and she was adopted in Orlando. And then she was returned because the people before us tried to kennel her and she escaped from the kennel and they were like, no, we can't do this dog. And then we found her. And the reason why we got her, one, my husband thought she was super cute. I thought she was really ugly when we first got her because she was so skinny. She had like no hair because she had been starved. And like, I don't know, she just didn't look cute to me. But as my husband was walking away, she just screamed. And my husband was like, that's it. We have to get her. This is our dog. She's a little escape artist. She doesn't do it anymore. And I think she's learned her lesson to not escape because other people won't treat her as well. And she's not meant for the streets anymore. She was hurt pretty bad. The last time she ran away from our house, she made it into somebody's garage. I think that house has a sign to not walk your dog on their property, which is kind of weird. If you live in a suburb like we do, it's kind of weird to not, whatever. It's not my business. She's gotten much better, much chunkier. We overfeed her. That's our own fault, but like she deserves to eat. She was so stinking skinny. I don't have any pictures of her on this phone. It's my old phone that I still have pictures of her. And she was just like rail thin. You could see her bones. Like you can still feel her bones, and that's why we end up still feeding her. But like she doesn't need to be eating as much as she does. And that's our own fault, but like she deserves to eat. We don't overfeed her to the point that she can't move. However, she often comes back from the vet with a you need to feed her less note. So anyways, let me work on this while I watch some YouTube and wait for my husband to wake up. Hey, it's 11:30 at night. I took a big old nap because I had cramps, so I deserved a nap time. So I have one bodice piece done. I finished that up before I took my nap. I was starting on another one, then realized that I started on the wrong end of the yarn. So we played Stardew Valley during that time. So I realized it took about like 4 hours because I finished this prior to starting up or booting up Stardew Valley. It took about 4 hours for this. And one of the testers has already finished both her bodice pieces and both of her straps. And I'm so surprised because honestly, it was the most boring, tedious part for me. So I just chalked it up to taking forever. And it really doesn't. It's one of those like things where you think it's going to take like a million years. I got to do laundry. Okay. Like laundry. So, I told her I'd get back to her by next week to see if the rest of the group catches up. I'm still waiting on a reply from one of the possible pattern testers to see testers? One of the possible pattern testers to see if she still wants to try like a standard sizing, whatever, because it is very possible somebody will buy my pattern and not actually know how to measure their body and just go by their standard sizing. So I will have to do that. Where's that yarn? I have to make a silver yarn. I have to use this yarn to where I measure it out around my body for one lace piece so that I can have my testers wrap it around their body first before they continue with the lace. So I have to finish that by tomorrow. So I might just work on that real quick, and then I'll get back to my own bodice piece. Did I tell you guys what colors? Yeah, I did. And I have another one that seems to be finishing up her second bodice piece. So that's great. She did tell me that she was confused and only ended up making one, but then realized later that it says make two. So I think I might have to make that wording a little bit bigger. Or, like, I do know that I need to somewhere in the pattern say that this is a 7-piece pattern, because it is. It's 2 bodice pieces, 2 strap pieces, 2 lace pieces, and 1 like drawstring piece. So I will have to notate that somewhere in the pattern. I need to remember that. Oh, also, I just sent out another pattern. I need to get them into a group. So maybe I log into my tester pattern group, or my business account. Maybe I log into that on my home phone, because I have 2 phones, right? I have the phone that you guys are on right now, and then I have my phone for like my YouTube and my extra recording stuff. I mostly kept it for memories because I didn't move any of my photos or videos from that phone over to this phone, because like that would have taken up so much space on this phone. And like I I know it's good to recycle your phones and all that, but I am also somebody who is very, very into keeping my memories with me, because I'm going to run through them. I don't want to put them on cloud spaces because I have been on the internet since 2003. I've put my memories and my photos on MySpace, cannot access them. At one point, I deleted everything off of my MySpace and my PC that they were on. Can't access either of those. The PC is completely destroyed. Don't know what happened to that because it was in my parents' hands. They didn't understand the value of saving technology. The MySpace, like I said, inaccessible. I don't have the email address to that MySpace account. And even if I did make a new MySpace account, I don't know if I could access that MySpace page to recover any of those photos. I also used to have a photo bucket. You cannot access that without a subscription to the photo sharing site. I'm not doing all that. I'm not paying to find my memories. Maybe one day, but like today is not that day. And by the time I might have enough money to, or think about doing it, it might not exist anymore. So there's a loss on that. I have a bunch more photos, probably even on Tumblr. YouTube is the same. I've had YouTube videos that I posted on another account from when I was a teenager. I can't recover any of those. So it is very important to me to keep all my stuff, like all my memories, everything that I take photos of, on me. I have traded in phones prior to this, but the older I get, the less willing I am. I know I could have saved money. I 100% could have saved money by turning in my phone and upgrading the phone, but I just don't trust cloud sites. I am paying for a cloud subscription, and it's mostly a just in case kind of thing, but I would much rather have access to them physically in a way. I don't think I'm ever going to like physically make copies of everything that I like photoed. Oh, also like home videos. That used to be a big thing. I think my parents are what got me into recording every single thing. Specifically my dad. My grandmother was really into genealogy. I think that's what it's called, where you like record your family tree and all that. And that kind of seeped into my dad, who really wanted to record us. I mean, I think it was part of the 90s as well, where you recorded your family and like your home life and all that. And then vlogging became a really popular thing, which I don't agree with family vloggers. If you're going to be vlogging and the child happens to be around, sure, fine. But if your whole entire content is focused on your children, that's an issue. Yeah, I have so much to say about that, but I don't want to beat a dead horse. It shouldn't be allowed. It should be illegal. And those families that are moving from California to Tennessee because of the lax laws are child abusers. Point blank. Period. I just don't trust cloud sites. All right. I think I'm gonna continue working. No, I gotta make that one copy of the silver so that I can post it into my photos, and so I can send it to the one tester that's already like really far ahead. I was not expecting it at all. And then yeah, that way we can just continue. If they all finish before June 20th, what a great surprise. I have a lot to work on and a lot to say about it. So, yeah, very excited. Good stuff. Good afternoon. It is 2:22. I guess that's a lucky number on Thursday. I am at the very end of editing the video, and I am still working on the bodice piece for the new one. So, if you've been watching and keeping up, I have been saying that I want to work on one of these alongside the pattern testers, and I ended up making one before the pattern testers finished because I realized I had so much more I had to like record. So this is the copy that I'm making for along with the pattern testers. So as I've said, we have one bodice piece done, and we're about 2/3 of the way done, I believe, of the second bodice. Haven't started on the lace piece yet. I have started on the lace piece for the photos that I missed out on for the pattern tests. So I have also been able to record myself having this around my shoulders so that the pattern testers can measure themselves before moving on, because I want to make sure that it fits everybody before they move on. Also, I think this is a good way to like get people who aren't comfortable with measuring themselves or don't have the tools to measure themselves to take what their standard body size is, work up that FSC, and then compare it to the photo in the pattern, and then be like, okay, so maybe I'm not this size, but I'm actually this size. So it really helps with that, I believe. At this point, usually is where I do my wrap up. So this week, I have finished the one purple and green. Is it hanging over there? It is, but it's too dark. You're not going to be able to see it. I finished one of the Stratus tops this week. I finished all 7 squares of the Web in the Breeze. I did not put it together like I wanted to, so I'm not going to wear it today. Unfortunately, I just don't have the spoons for it. I did start my period a couple days ago, yesterday, and because of that, it's just, I don't want to do it. It really wipes me out, makes me have low spoons. So sorry if you guys were looking forward to that, because I barely even talked about it. But I will try to have it done by next week and find something to wear with it. I just got to figure it out. And then what else did we finish this week? I feel like we really didn't finish much this week. And by much, I mean like we really didn't do too many clothing items. But to be fair, we finished one thing. And in the winter, like I can tell that the winter is over. It's finally fall. Fall. It's finally like my time of the year. I do have seasonal depression, and it affects me so much between the months of like November to pretty much May. Like it's been affecting me this month as well until the rain started coming back, which I love rainy season. I feel like I could probably survive like a state such as Washington State because of how rainy it is, and it's just the cold. I don't know if I'll be able to survive that because I am naturally somebody who prefers warmer weather. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I would love to move there, but yeah, so we're finally out of the winter depression funk, and I'm very, very grateful for that because that means we'll get more clothing done. I think that's the reason why I'm motivated to make yet another Stratus top, and I'm very excited to get, hopefully, I keep on saying this every week. I'm excited to get back into sewing. I have an idea in my brain. I want to take one of the patterned dresses or patterned fabrics that I have and make a dress out of it. And I think I'm going to keep on putting the tech wear stuff to the back burner because although it's a really cool style that I really want to get into, I don't think I have anything to mix well with right now. Oh, okay. So my husband surprised me last night. He's been holding the secret since December. He bought us Stardew Valley Orchestra tickets. So that concert is happening in September. He's like, so that gives you enough time to like make an outfit if you want. So we'll be working on an outfit eventually. I think what I want to do, because I think I am going to take a break from pattern making for the summer because I think summer is my creative time to like learn stuff, but not quite make stuff on my own. Let me grab the apron real quick. This has been sitting in the corner for a little bit. This is the bib piece, and this is the like apron piece. Let me stand up. And I am waiting on like, oh, okay, so to be completely honest with you, the reason why the Stratus top exists is because I was looking for a lace piece to put on the bib part, and the lace piece that I was working on didn't quite work well with this yarn because this is a plastic yarn. This is, what is it called again? Polyester. And it's kind of thick and kind of hazy, if that's the word. I don't know. Like, a lot of people say a certain word for mohair. This isn't mohair. This is literally just polyester. And because of the thickness of this yarn, it didn't quite hold the lace well. So I ended up making the Cerro Stratus top. But I want to using this Bernat baby velvet yarn, RIP to that yarn because I can't find it anywhere. Oh, it's such a mess over here. Ah, geez. Okay. Well, this is the yarn colorway that I'm going for, and it kind of matches. It's light, but I want to use this yarn for the lace, but I don't know what kind of lace I want to do yet. I still need to research to do it. I honestly forgot I was working on it. Boy, I think it would be really perfect for, where's the top? I don't remember where the top and bottom are. I think this is the top. Yes, this is the top. So I want to make lace or some kind of like fun stitch for the straps. I do still need to make a strap. So maybe what I do instead, I'll just make that purple into the strap and then I'll figure out another yarn. I want this. I need a strap for this. This is kind of getting heavy, but this is basically the skirt that I made way back in like March, maybe late February. It's pretty much the same pattern that I've been meaning to make a copy of, but I haven't gotten around to it because I'm just not passionate about it right now. I was passionate about this because I do love the way that this ridges out. This is just a front post double crochet. And then it's like, I don't know how to describe, but it's basically you just work 3 double crochets into a hole and then 2 more, like blah blah blah, whatever. I'll be writing a pattern for this eventually, but I think this would be a really cute little piece to be wearing out to a Stardew Valley thing. I'm not going to make a witch hat even though I want to, because so my husband looked at the seats that we got. Unfortunately, we are on the very top of the balcony in the very back row, which is a good and bad thing. Good because then we don't have anybody behind us and we can just like escape quietly if we need to. But also, hello, sir. It's one of those like we won't really be able to see the orchestra. I believe they'll have a screen playing on the back because I think that's how most like video game music orchestral performances go nowadays. They'll have like some kind of video going on in the background. So I think I'm okay to make a witch hat if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I don't want to ruin anybody's experience. I do still have a lot of that yarn left right here. I still have a lot of it. So my plan was to make maybe like a bandana for the rest of it, just because it would match. And then, yeah, that's the plan for the Stardew Valley. I do believe that I want to make a dress for it as well. So maybe the dress that I make, because in September it's still really warm in Florida. We don't really get cold until late November. And that's probably why my seasonal depression hits in late November. But even then, it's like not cold. It's just like colder. Like it hits in the 70s sometimes, but it's still like 80s. So to me, as basically a native Floridian, I've been here since I was 4 months old. I've moved a couple times, but I've always come back to Florida. That's cold. So I think that's the plan. I'm probably not going to start working on it yet. The dress, maybe. So I have a bunch of purple fabrics in my stash in the other room. So that might be something I work on. But that's for next week. this week, as I've mentioned, I'm pretty sure everything. Oh, I never told y'all. I never got to work on that crochet project for like Universal for the HHN video, whatever. Not quite HHN, but kind of along the same lines of it. I never finished that because it rained and poured all day, but that's okay. Gives me another excuse to go out there. This is the time of the year I start going out to Universal more after work and like look for the props. Prop hunting season hasn't started quite yet, but it will soon. Right now we got to get through, I believe, Grad Bash, and then I don't remember when Rock the Universe happens, but those are the stages that are set up right now. And then very shortly after, we'll be fully into HHN prop hunting season. I would consider that part of HHN season because for me, it's the fun of like guessing what's going in. I love props. Like I was watching the interview of, well, it's a podcast. So I like Minecraft. I am a Hermitcraft viewer, and Skiz and Impulse have a podcast, and that on that podcast they interviewed Mumbo and Lizzie. They were talking about the Minecraft movie, which I still haven't seen. I don't think I have an interest in seeing it because like I'm old and I don't feel comfortable being in a theater full of teenagers. That just feels wrong, weird. I like the comforts of my own home. So if it ever comes onto a streaming service that I have, which I only have one because it's free to us, I will maybe possibly watch it, but I have a feeling I'm not going to watch it for a few years. Besides the point, they were talking or they were asked if they want to be on the big screen, if that's something in their future, and both of them were like, "No, the props, that's absolutely where I want to be." And I agree. I mean, honestly, I'd probably end up in the costuming section if I were to ever be in a movie like set whatever, but I really 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 love the props and well, specifically talking about HHN. I did apply. I don't think I'm going to get the role because of the I just don't believe that I have the qualifications or the resume. I didn't upload a resume for it, but they were calling for like costume attendance or something along those lines. And it's something that I'm extremely interested in because as a crochet artist and as somebody who happens to know how to sew, I think I have some qualifications. I just don't have a big enough portfolio to really talk about it. So, anyways, going back to HHN discussions and all that, um, prop hunting season is about to start, and we'll be out there more often than not, probably once a week once Grad Bash has finished. So I give it another 2 weeks, and then we'll be out there, and I'll probably make that crochet video of my favorite places to crochet. I'm going to make a beret just because, like, that's the easiest thing to make for me. Because, like, I don't need scissors. I can't bring scissors into the park, and I have too much social anxiety to ask the store team members or the food and beverage team members for scissors to cut my project for me. So the beret, there's how many rows? At least 21 rows. So 21 plus 10. So like there's 31 rows. So I think I can knock out one project at least while I'm doing like HHN prop hunting on top of knocking out a my favorite places to crochet video, which I'll get around to it. But yeah, anyways, this week let me get back to like the subject. This week we finished one Cirrostratus top. We started on another Cirrostratus top. We finished all the panels or the squares for the web and the breeze, and we started working or talking about other things and projects for the future. All right. I'm going to end this vlog because I'm going to keep on talking because I'm still working on my energy drink and I'm just going to keep on blabbing because I can't shut up unless I'm in front of people. Then I'm just not going to talk. So, all right. I'll see y'all next week for another video. And yeah, bye.